Hello, viewers. My name is Harry Pappas. You can call me Harrison, or whichever one you prefer. This is Controversial Sitcom is a place where we talk about some critical, controversial topics. And mind you, some of these topics you're not able to discuss out there in public because these topics might also cost you your job, might give you, political retributions. Don't forget, we're currently in a woke environment. The American people are in danger of the freedom of speech. You can, yes, the Constitution says about freedom of speech, but you cannot speak about certain things out there in the public. So today we're looking at the woman and the man. That's a very, very controversial topic. And we're looking at the woman as the man, and we're looking at independent dependent. What is that? Does the woman need the man? Does the man need the woman? What is that? Okay. It's gonna be a crazy topic. I'm already feeling that tense environment, even from you viewers that are watching. Click the like button, please subscribe for more episodes, and you're helping the channel to grow. Today I'll be discussing this topic with Lady B, and who would prefer to stay off the camera, so it's more of audio, but you still get the same quality. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right. The topic that we have today, we're looking at the woman and the man. That's a topic that a lot of people are very conscious with, especially in this era of Me Too movement, feminism, woman rights, equality. So it's a very hot topic for me to even discuss right now. But hey, this is a controversial sitcom platform, so we can discuss any topic, whatever. All right? It's just opinion. You do have opinion also. So we're looking at these topics, the man and the woman. I've been asked several times about certain people, especially some feminists, or men or women that actually believe so much in equality, which is beautiful. It's beautiful. But my take always is that a man has his purpose. The woman has her purpose. And from time immemorial, this has been the order of the day. A man came into this world with a different build. The testosterone of a man is higher than that of the woman. The man, by natural order, without going to the gym, is built for some physical work. The woman, by natural order, without going to the gym or taking some extra hormones, is pretty beautiful. Homely, aesthetic values. That is the natural order of creation. Now, I'm already feeling the heat, that's why I'm laughing, because this is a very sensitive topic, Now comes along different school of thought, feminism, woman right movement, equality, and blah, blah, blah. But that's fine, it's good. But the thing that I've seen so far is that between the man and the woman, there is a core which it's necessary to some people and it is not necessary to others. And that core factor, it's marriage or being together or copulation per se, So looking at the natural order of things, where does the man stand and where does the woman stand? And these topics, we're looking at who is in charge, basically. Who is in charge? Is there a man or a woman? And mind you, further on, just for you to get that insight of what the discourse will be, there's a difference between the head of a family and a breadwinner of a family. Okay? So, let it be. Equality, woman, the man and the woman.
So, I'm female. I was born female.
Yes,
So
of
because
course.
lately, even in the medical field, we have to ask questions. Sometimes we.
Sorry for
Sometimes,
cutting you short. You see that's the thing of the wokeness these days. You have to identify yourself and add some extra. I see that a lot with applications. You're applying for jobs, or you're going to an interview, or some certain professional or corporate environment, and you see it's outlined in I'm a female. I was born as a female. Just extra sauce. I call them extra sauce. That is the world in which we're living today. That is the word. That's what I just want to point out, Lady B. So you can go on. I'm sorry.
all right. So like I was saying, like in the medical field that I work in, you have to ask those questions, and it has to define if the person it was born male or female and what they identify as. Sometimes it's a controversy when it comes to, say, there's some medications I cannot give without doing a pregnancy test. I work in an emergency room, so whether you come in for pain or not, I cannot give you some medicines. So if you tell me you're female and actually you were born male and none of your genitalia has been transformed or changed or whatever word pattern word, if my choice of words or description is insulting, I'm really sorry. But if you haven't gone through the full process, so I basically I don't have to do a pregnancy test, even though you identify yourself as a female. So in that case, I could give you the medication. So sometimes it gets confusing for me because sometimes when that is not done, we don't know exactly. Like I've had situations where someone says they're female, and it actually comes out that later we find out, and then the person is in pain for a long time. And sometimes asking the question, as a straight person, I feel like I'm offending the person. And I was speaking with one of my colleagues that works in registration. I was like, maybe we're just feeling like that. Maybe it's really not offensive. Asking the question, maybe we just feel like that. All right, so now, talking about female and male. I had this conversation with a doctor I work with. Personally, that doctor, I might call me judgmental. I feel like he is very masculine. Anybody that hears me say that might say I'm a feminist, but I'm nothing close to being a feminist. I just hear the way he talks sometimes, like because you've been through a place of pain or stuff, you assume that women have more rights, women have more privileges than men. We have come a long way as women having to fight for stuff. We were so way behind. So we had to catch up. So sometimes having to catch up needs being aggressive. Even the Bible says the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and the violence taketh it by force. So if you have to take it by force to get to where you have to get to, call me crazy, call that person crazy, but if we have to get to Florida, say in 20 hours.
So what are you taking by force?
What we are taking by force is the years that were lost already.
What years?
Years of the fact that back in the days, men were not just the head of the family, they were the breadwinners. So you kind of gave that explanation already. So I don't have to go there where I define a breadwinner and head of the family. So back in the days, a man was both. Women were not working. In most countries, women stayed home to take care of kids. Most countries, women did that. All right? So now...
And is there anything wrong with that?
No, but now we want to work.
Okay.
For me, as a person, I have purpose. If I have work, I have dreams, I have hopes, I have plans. So me staying home is killing my dreams, is suppressing my dreams. But at the same time, you have a duty. Because a woman is meant, the Bible says, procreate and multiply. The man supplies the sperm. The woman is the one that carries it. So it's a process. I told that doctor that day, I said, we need each other. I am telling you, even not on a marriage terms, I'm saying that sometimes putting a marriage stamp on something messes it up. Sometimes I look at it like that because back in the days, people lived together. My parents are married for donkey years. Maybe what keeps them together now is just maybe companionship at some point.
Okay.
We need a woman cannot. I am telling you, I don't care where you're from. You as a woman cannot do without a man. And I'm gonna go back to the way we were made. We came from somewhere, and it was said women should respect the man and the man should love the woman. Reason is, women, we are very sensual. We're very, very sexual. We love love. Men are made because of that testosterone. They want to be respected. You disrespect any man, a real man, and it goes down with that man is not a man. There's a book that back in the days I read. It says men are from Mars, women are from Venus. It really means basically that if you haven't read that book, you really need to read it. It was written by John Gray. And it's just saying that our genders are different. We're not accustomed to each other. We are different. We have a different set of values. Our emotional balances are different. That is the reason for the conflict. The conflict would happen because we have different hormones in our system. And my hormone works differently from you. And we have different cultures. We have different values. Basically saying that we are from different planets. The Venus part of the woman is, it says a woman that represents the love, the sensuality, the romance, the beauty, affection, and social appeal that the woman wants. And the man, Mars, when it says men are from Mars, it's really the masculinity of the man, meaning that the man is they're traditionally aggressive. Not aggressive in a bad way. I'm sorry. Do not take it that way. A man is a man. Impatient and independent. A man wants you to say, like, if I'm trying to say to most, I have a lot of male friends, and most times when I want to say something, I want to break it down from A to Z. And most times they tell me, where are you going? It's like, why are you taking so much time? Just go straight to the point. But a woman wants to take that journey from maybe Florida all the way to Europe. And our destination is Europe, and we all know that's the destination, but she would take that time. So how do we cohabitate? How do we live in the same space without clashing? There's some women that want to take the role of a man. You could be a breadwinner, but that doesn't make you the head of the family.
Is that right?
It's not. It's definitely not right, because that's not the natural order.
Okay.
So
should everyone believe in that natural order?
Everyone believes in what they want to believe, but the point still remains that what works, and I tell people this, marriage doesn't work, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. A lot of things don't work because people are trying to change the natural order of things. You could be the breadwinner, but that doesn't make you the head of the family. It is a role that has been given from the beginning of time. They said if you don't believe in something, you will fall for anything. It's a role that has been. That is why a woman trying to subdue a man, you cannot subdue that man.
So let me come in a little bit. Now you started by saying women being pushed back in years back, and women are coming forward to show who they are, and to show they're capable, and also they can do it practically by themselves. Now, in all these, which is cool, which is right, because from history we know that the culture of the time, based on history, the culture of the time put the woman in an inferior position, and most women were not allowed to fulfill who they were at the time. There were certain occupations that women were not allowed, or women were not able to practice, because these occupations were defined on a masculine scale. Like, for example, being a medical doctor. In history, it was shown that women were not allowed to practice as a medical practitioner. And there were a lot of women that were capable that went to school in hiding, and they were very, very much as competent or better than the men of their era, but they couldn't come out publicly to profess that this is who they are, or this is what they know, or this is their competency. That is well understood. Now, we're looking at the natural or the order of things. I've had these discussions with not a lot of people, but certain people, and the first times, especially feminists, I've had discussions with feminists, and they come with this, this muscular, chest pumped out, ready to fight kind of attitude, which is just okay if that's what you prefer. But I asked them the same simple questions, and every single time they give me the same answers. And it goes this way. I just asked the feminists, okay, you have a son and you have a daughter, right? And you're in the kitchen and you're making something, and all of a sudden, you needed someone to help you in the kitchen, and your son and your daughter are in the living room. Without thinking, without even like your natural instinct, who would you call? A majority, 99% of these ladies mention, oh, call my daughter. Then I move it to another scenario, like, okay, you're driving and you're on the highway and you have your daughter and your son in the back seat. And all of a sudden you had a flat tire. Who would you call to assist to change with a spare tire? Without thinking, this lady's just, I call my son. Then you know what? At the end, I just smile, start laughing without even saying a word. Then all of a sudden, it's like this kind of epiphany. Like the lady was like, oh, I see what you mean. I didn't even explain. She just got the point. What I'm saying is this, like, a man is born differently and a woman is born differently. We all have different assignments, natural assignment that is different. Now, to push a man or a woman to not function in the opposite form, which is practically the order of the day, I don't have any issue with that. But the controversy here is that these things have been kind of put in place in culture, in religious perspective. Now let's look at certain major religion. In the Jewish religion, right? The man is the head and the woman is the subordinate. That's the order, natural order of that religion. I've never seen a female. What's the head of the synagogue? A rabbi. Okay, I've never seen a female rabbi. Have you seen anyone? I've never seen it. In Islam, Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. In Islam, the man is the head, the woman is the subordinate. And it's even extra that the man can marry as much as 4 wives, as far as he, with the cloths, as far as he is able to care for them equally. That's beautiful. In Christendom, to the majority of us that are Christians, he said, as Jesus is the head of the church, so also the man is the head of the family. Now, we go back to the origin of civilization, the African community, the traditional African society. That is even more conservative. The man is the head. It's a patriarchal environment. So now we're changing things, we're shaking things up. There's a lot of argument here and there, and we finding it difficult to find a balance in a workplace, in a family, in a social environment. There's this confusion. It's like a system within itself, fighting or struggling to achieve the same aim. It's like your whole body, your system. You have your blood, you have the white blood cells, the red blood cells. They're all there for same functional, the same aim to make you healthy, right? But now they're fighting against each other. The funny thing is, like, each part of it has a place to play. That is what is happening in the current world and current situations. Because the natural order is for good. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just a discuss, the conversations. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not saying that these things are wrong. So don't get me wrong, okay? Because this topic is very, it's the controversial topics and it's very sensitive.
I'd love to
Yes, go ahead.
clarify something.
Yes.
So you said in the Jewish culture, Judaism is almost like Jewish culture is almost like a religion and a culture all together. Islam, the people mostly from the northern part of Nigeria, it's almost like Islam is their culture and their religion at the same time. So you see these people that carry those together. You look at their marriage functionality. It lasts longer because everybody understands their roles. But the part that I do not agree with that you said is that the woman is a subordinate. I feel the woman is the helper. All right? So for me,
Okay.
the head.
What do you mean by helper?
Helper means that we still go back. When you read the Quran, the woman was made to help as an helper. The woman in the Bible, Eve was made as Adam's helper. So there was no spot where he said, there was no place where he said the man is the head and the woman the subordinate. You are the helper as a woman. And I always said, my mom always said something. As long as you see the man as the head and you as the neck, you will always be fine.
The thing is this, right?
How can the head survive without the neck? It's impossible. The neck cannot exist without the head.
Understandable. I understand. I think where we have some kind of controversial, that's the name of the discourse or the platform anyway. What we have some kind of controversy here is the use of language, of vocabulary, But whether you like it or not, whatever vocabulary you use, it means the same thing. A helper, like you said, with your own descriptions or your definitions, that the woman is like the neck and the man is the head. What is that? It's a sub. So what we're looking at the head, which is the main point, right? But the neck is a sub to the head. It all depends on how.
It depends on how you position it.
But I would use the word subordinate because the funny thing is like
support.
If you want to use support,
it's not. You can't stand without your feet. You need a support. People will get prosthetic legs because they need something to support their legs. Their body has to carry the weight. The neck would help you carry the weight. So it's. When you can always, people turn upside down and you still need the head and the neck together. They will still stay together. My point still remains that at the end of the day, people look at it and that is what has caused a lot of dysfunctionality in that, you know what a friend of mine at work said, the same doctor, he said, it's easy for a woman to lay with any man. And I never thought like that. Than a man approaching a woman. He said you go to a bar, a woman can decide to take any man home easily than a man taking any woman home. And I used to see it so different when he broke it down because I listened to what people have to say. When he broke it down, a woman would hardly get in trouble for asking a man for that, but a man would easily get in trouble if you approach a woman straight up. A woman can walk up to a man and say what a man would have said and gotten in trouble than a woman doing the same thing. You know, and when he broke it down, it's like, how many times have we been in the ER and then we have a sane nurse come because a man has been raped? This never happened.
That's okay. Now, I mean, this the conversations alone is
So I'm kind of diverting. I'm gonna leave that part alone.
Okay,
But
okay.
then it was the same man that was talking about masculinity and I said was masculine. But then for me, I don't judge him all the way like that because he's been with the real crazy alpha females, women that were really ambitious and would sacrifice anything.
Yes.
So I was reading something about ambition and I read what some people wrote and I look at it and I'm like, ambition mixed with something, and I'm mixing it with different things. And some of them don't mix well if you really want to have a future, you know. And some of them, now they're older, in their 20s, the ambition was different. Because they're talking about the new America, the new world, and ambition. They feel like ambition is dying. No, it's just shifting. It's not dying. It's just because some people are realizing that late in their lives that being the head of the CEO of a company, and I'm your boss, and I'm a woman, and I'm a feminist, when you hit your 50s or 60s, it changes.
You know, the problem, now let me put it in a nutshell. The problem with the current situations about men and women in Africa as a continent is a patriarchal environment. We understood and we understand past and present that certain things are natural. Just leave them alone the way they are. In the Western world...
Sorry, excuse me.
Yes.
You know why I didn't use Africa as an example?
No. I'm not contesting what you said.
I'm just saying that you're saying we do understand. Does everybody understand? Because the new Africa now is different from the Africa I knew even 10 years ago.
True fact.
15 years ago. So
yeah, that's true. The influence of Western
the Western
mindset.
world.
So, like I was saying, now you find a woman, and we push the man back. The woman wants to be in the forefront, and we're pushing the man behind. We want to put the man to be behind. I had a conversation not too long ago where we're talking about setting the man's right and the woman's right. Leadership. The situation, the current environment is pushing that the woman should be the leader, wants to push the woman to put in the forefront. Equality. Beautiful. Same pay in a place of work, there's nothing wrong with that. But we should understand that there's a difference between a breadwinner and the head of a family. And the head of a family, by all natural order, all religious perceptions, like I have said, or the ones that I've mentioned. I mentioned the Jewish, Judaism, I mentioned Christianity, Islam, the African traditional religion. The man is the head. Go check it out, do your research. And now, if the woman becomes the head, what happens to the natural order? The population or the fractions of women that position themselves in that mind frame, less of them are married to a man. It's not becoming independent. All women wants to be independent. I want to be an independent woman. I want to make my money. I want to do what I want. But the funny thing is that these same women that have stated or they've nursed or they've gossiped or they've spoken out, they want to be independent. These same women want a dependent man. Bro, I'm sorry to laugh. You just said you're independent and stuff. So which means there's something you liked about that traditional man. A traditional man that opens the door for you. A traditional man that want to take charge, try to pay all the bills, doesn't matter if you're making more than him. A traditional man that put his chest up front to take the bullet for you. A traditional man that shows these values, those are traditional men. Because of that mentality that I am the leader. And as a leader, I should go down with the sheep, not the other way around. The woman or the wife is the co-captain. As the captain, I can take the bullet for my wife. So why would you as a woman now, you're stating no? And all those responsibilities comes with reasonable costs and consequences. Now you as a woman want to put yourself up front that you are the leader. Yet, you want a man to be the traditional man. To also demonstrate those values that he demonstrated. No, bro. That ain't happening. Because there's a reason why the man was busting his ass off 24/7 to make a living, to pay for the mortgage, without even asking you. Those are traditional man concepts. Without asking you. Now you said you want to be equal in everything. Now the man is asking you, now we're going to share the bill. No, you start. No, I can't do that. Some women are there. Some women have an issue with that, but that's fine. I can't do that. You're the man. The question is this. It's like independent and independent. Some questions like, can an independent man and an independent woman, can they live together freely? The question is like, it's like a business. Why would I need a business partner that I don't need? It's like I'm wasting resources. Because the essence of marriage is to support each other. So if I'm able to do it alone, why do I need you? Why do I need you if I'm able to do it? It's like I know I can take care of this business. I have the resources. I have the monetary resources, the manpower. So why do I have to get some other business partner to push this business? It's like I'm wasting my resources. So that's what is happening with the modern world. That's why you see a lot of divorce, like 3 months and 4 or 5 months, because the woman doesn't want to take no for an answer. And a lot of the men are turning to a sissy. Forgive me for saying that, but that's the truth. Why are you a woman? You're making millions more than a man. To be able to stabilize or create a very beautiful home or family, it's you as a woman that has that charge. What do I say? That you are the woman has that charge? Because why? That is what the present day American society portrays, or the present day Western society portrays. Because you all women have the power. You see a man goes down to lost his job, lost the home, lost the cars, the resources, everything on the divorce case. Because why do they do that? Because they know the man is masculine. The man can face tough situations. That is it. That's the answer for you. Because they know that the man, we can take everything for you. You can go start all over. It's up to you. Start all over. We can give, because the woman is soft. So why do we want to change that rhythm, that algorithm? Even the Lord knows that. The Lord knows that. I mean, it's a very funny situation. It's a discourse that's deeper than what I'm saying. Let it be you're smiling and you're laughing.
I don't agree with a few things.
Okay, go ahead.
I just feel like divorce does not look at male or female. They look at who gets paid more. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what lens you're looking at it from.
In the most cases, who get paid more?
In most doctors I talk to, they're very angry because they're divorced ended up badly because they make money more than the woman. Mm-hmm. You're a doctor, you marry a teacher. Of course, at the end of the day, the teacher will take, the wife will take everything because she makes less than you. Mm-hmm. Other women I've talked to that are nurses, they make more than their husbands. They lost a lot. So because we as women, we don't talk about paying a lot, doesn't mean we don't have losses. That's number one. Number two independent people can marry each other. Actually, it's an understanding that matters. You could marry an independent person that understands their role. Independent does not mean
What
that.
rules are you talking about?
All right. So because independent, does that mean that I do not understand that I'm a woman, or that I understand the fact that, okay, I'm just here. What I'm doing is helping out my mate, like, or my partner or my companion, that we work things out together. All right. Because at the end of the day, some men, they complain, they marry a woman that is not independent, and they feel like, oh my God, this woman is not up to par. She can't even come up with ideas. She can't help with nothing. I'm thinking about this business. She has actually no brain sometimes, and she doesn't want to work. Is that the kind of person you want to end up with? Or a woman that is independent but understands her place? Because those are two different things. A woman and a man that are independent, that understand their places, that the man understands that I'm the head, but I'm not necessarily the breadwinner, that we both need to work out this family. Because if you deciding on a family...
Do you understand what the term independent mean in this context?
Explain it. In which independence is independence.
I mean, from the present definition of the word independent in regards to the discourse between a man and a woman, it's quite different. I understand what you're referring to. Independence, like the woman is able to make the money, and the woman is able to do, stuff, which is beautiful. All men needs that, needs a helping hand, needs the support. But looking at that term independent, a lot of women have defined it by their actions and by their conversations differently. Because it's more or less like putting a simple word like, I don't need you as a man. I got shit taken care of because I'm capable.
First of all, that needs to be
so that's what I mean by independent.
Maybe that's why
I'm not saying that you cannot work, make the money. Yeah, bring the moolah, bring the money. It has up. If I'm making like $150,000 a year, and my woman is making like $150,000 a year, that's like $300,000 coming into the house.
Some men
Who doesn't want that? Everybody wants that. Of course, that's beautiful. Definitely, that I can live in a nice, beautiful house. Enjoy the nice things of life. It's beautiful. But the concept, the mindset that follows thereafter, that is the situation. That's the discourse. That's the concern.
But a lot of men have problems with women. They will tell you, no, I don't have problems.
That's a ridiculous man, though.
I'm just saying that they will tell you they don't have problems. But then at some point, their ego gets very hurt. For something you would say to a man that, actually, don't let me put it like that. Some men have problems with that. But at the end of the day, I believe that even kids that were raised in the same family, they're different. So as a man and a woman, a brother or sister, we are different. You have siblings, a brother and sister. They're very different. They were raised by the same parents because they are from two different planets. We have different hormones running in our body. I read a book one time that explained when John F. Kennedy's wife died, and the first reaction that people had, the reaction of men was like, oh my God, how are we going to defend the country? Who's defending the country? The first thing women did was crying. So it's a big difference between what a woman would do with the first reaction and what a man would do.
I like that illustrations.
So it's not an insult. It's the way we were made. We were made like that. We were made out of men. So if a real man can do way more than you can do if they push themselves. The truth of the fact is, you have some men that don't want to do anything, that want to depend. That is not a real man. But then sometimes some women, they want a good-looking brother, but then the good-looking brother is the one that doesn't really want to do anything. And then some of them say, oh, I'm not attracted to that person. And that person is the person that is your mate. That is the person that got you. That, for me, it's about the person that knows you inside out, that understands you, that understands that sometimes you say something, they tell you to sit down. And if you're able to sit down when that person says sit down, it does not mean the person is controlling you. The one that is controlling you is the one you would never see coming. The one you will never know that is controlling you. You think the person is protecting you. They're actually not protecting you. They're actually abusing and controlling whatever situation that a lot of women find themselves in, that being that okay.
I think that's
Anyway, so
that's the funny thing about this whole topic is that we'll spend a lot of time on this topic though. But the funny thing about this topic is that women just have certain experience with practically maybe like one man or two. And at the end of the day, it's like you're generalizing all men as having that symptoms of what you found in that very man that caused you that pain. So I find it very, it's like me saying that all Nigerians are fraudsters, but that's some stereotyping BS. Because why? There are Nigerians that are paving the way in the world. You know what I mean? It's like me saying that the African Americans, there are, you know what I mean? You can't stereotype based on 1 or 2% or 1 or 2 or 3 experiences that you had. You have to look at the statistics. You have to look at the algorithm and be able to analyze and see how that functions. So what I'm saying, in conclusion, I'm not saying that a woman is not capable of being independent, but I'm saying that a woman is capable of being independent. But at the end of the day, if you decide as a woman that marriage is something that you would prefer in your lifetime, then you have to change that independent mentality. Because you cannot be independent
and still need someone.
So why would you be independent and you need someone? It's fun, it's deeper than I talk. Guys, I'll talk to you later in a subsequent episode. If you do feel that this is a discussion that is pertinent to you, what you want to hear more about, please subscribe, click the like button, and leave your comment below. We'll talk to you later. Thank you, guys. See you soon.